Neuroscience can tell us when you're awake or asleep. It can map your brain when you fall in love. It can even predict the exact second you decide to move your hand. But here's the paradox. No scan, no electrode, no lab can explain why it feels like something to be you. Why electricity should feel like joy, or sorrow, or the taste of coffee. That mystery is called the hard problem of consciousness. Science has solved what philosopher David Chalmers calls the easy problems of consciousness. How do we process information? How do we focus attention? How do we learn, remember, and respond? These are functions, mechanisms that can be mapped in the brain. But the hard problem is different. It asks, why is there something it feels like to process information at all? Why isn't the brain just dark and silent? Think about it. Neurons fire when you sip coffee, but no equation explains the bitterness. Synapses spark when your heart breaks, but no scan explains the ache. Physics describes signals, but signals are not feelings. Matter can be measured, but meaning is lived. This is the gap between matter and meaning, between brain and mind. Imagine Mary, a scientist who knows everything about color. She has studied wavelengths, optics, and brain responses. But Mary has lived her whole life in a black and white room. One day, she steps outside and sees red for the first time. She already knew all the science. But in that instant, she learns something new. What it is like to see red. That's the hard problem. Knowledge of functions isn't the same as lived experience. And here's where science meets mystery. If matter alone can't explain experience, maybe experience is not a byproduct of matter. Maybe consciousness is fundamental, like space, time, or energy. Ancient traditions have whispered this for centuries. Vedanta calls it the self. Buddhism calls it pure awareness. Sufis call it the ocean of the soul. Modern thinkers call it panpsychism, the idea that consciousness might be woven into the fabric of reality itself. So why can't the brain explain the mind? Because the brain can show us functions, but it can't show us feelings. It can light up the circuits, but it can't light up the experience itself. The hard problem reminds us, the deepest mystery in the universe isn't out there among the stars. It's right here, behind your eyes. And maybe the real answer isn't something you can measure. Maybe it's something you can only be. Do you think science will ever solve the hard problem? Or is consciousness beyond measurement? Comment below.